Let me read it again.
Feels like...
Can't even go there. So this page again says, I pay homage to thee, ye lords of eternity, raw, strong as thy sail in the wind, as the lake of fire in the underworld. Behold Shu, the mother creating the gods. And then this one says, in silence from her womb, quicker than greyhounds and fleeter than light, let me not be burnt, let me not be consumed, let me not perish, as my mummy lies prostrate in my tomb. Now, funny thing is, when I actually looked online to see if someone had translated it, they only translated this page. They never translated this one. So I went through and I retranslated both of them on my own, just to make sure I had it correct, because I just didn't trust them. And I also didn't want to read heavily through any walkthrough that was going to potentially ruin anything. I think at this point the clock is probably moving based off of... how many little screens I'm going through. So I think I'm limited based on how much I'm moving at the moment. I think the secret passage I wanted is in here. If I can't get into... oh, shoot, I can't even do it in here. It drives me nuts that I can't ask about Dr. Miklos. I don't even know where Ramses is. Where has Ramses been this entire time?
You already asked.
What was it Pippin's notepad said?
I do not care what that English Dummkopf has written on his little
Oh, it was a
notepad.
meeting. That's right.
If he had a good German memory, he would remember everything.
Wait, she showed... okay, so the Countess showed up for the meeting with Carrington, but someone else didn't. Hold on. Where is the notepad?
Rubbing the charcoal over the notepad has made the imprint readable. Yvette, 8 o'clock, Egyptian rum. Tut, 10:15, Egyptian rum. Carrington, 11 o'clock, his office.
I think Yvette ended up killing him. Why would Yvette kill him?
It's used...
wait a minute. So what was the note that was on Carrington's desk? Let me see. Meeting the Countess and Ziggy at the medieval armor display at 1 a.m. I don't even know who would have killed Ziggy. I mean, Yvette could have killed him. Potentially. He also argued with Ernie before he died. But the paper cutter in Yvette's office had blood on it, but they keep on saying it's red ink. Which to me seems really odd. I think Ziggy might have been murdered by Yvette. I mean, is she honestly that strong? She's rather, like, thin and simple, and, like, I don't think she necessarily has the strength to be pulling off a lot of these murders. Because if she had murdered him on her office desk with the paper cutter, she would have then had to have dragged the body over here and then impaled him with this. That seems like a lot of extra work. I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna regret pressing it, but I'm gonna press it.
Welcome to the Linedecker Museum Dinosaur. Although I was not the largest type of dinosaur, I lived between 200. Although there were many meat-eating dinosaurs.
A small sign identifies this dinosaur as an iguanodon, which means iguana tooth. However, from the Tyrannosaurus rex's point of view, this dinosaur could be identified as dinner. It's used carbon paper. The carbon paper crinkles when you touch it. Feels like... While this is an...
I don't know what the carbon paper's about. It said it looked like there was something that was on it, right? Oh wait, no, I read it, that's right. What was on the carbon paper? Yvette has a meeting with Carter at 3 a.m. in her office, but Pip and Carter is dead. Unless it was thrown away because she knew that she didn't need to meet with him anymore. Can we do anything else with his head? I don't think so.
You reach out sadly towards Ziggy's severed head, then draw away. While this...
Use the glass on it to see if you could hear anything.
It's Ziggy!
Fucking hell, I'm pretty sure I already did all that. There's a secret passage that goes into Carrington's office, and I don't remember where that secret passage is located. It's not here. I kept thinking I had to do something with Miklos's snake.
The eggs, like the plot.
Oh my god.
The male and female Under your closest scrutiny, there's still nothing more than models of baby Triceratops.
Oh, that's an actual model thing? It just looked like a picture. Yeah, go in. Is anyone out in the main room? Doubtful.
That's not the sort...
Is this still closed?
This door is...
You know what?
As you study everything in this room, you feel like you're being watched.
The enormous statue is...
As you... The food is free of... You'd like to reach out and touch the Ramses bust, but...
Why would it be improper? You have
looking
dead
at a
people all
small
over.
portion of the big... It's a colossal but presumably Ramses was...
Ugh,
It's a... Looking...
I don't think there's anything to do in this room. No, this way. Go over here. Why don't I have an arrow? It bugs me that there's no arrow. There we go. There's nothing else in here other than that the paintings are fakes. It's like the entire, like...
While this is an... While this...
Oh my god.
The
Use?
bottle feels oily. While this is... While this...
I'm just gonna try clicking on everything.
While this...
Is there anything else in that cage?
It's barn. Not. While... A full bottle of... The label reads, guaranteed to ward off poisonous snakes, or your money back. The directions read, sprinkle copious amounts of Dr. Moribund's guaranteed snake oil on snake. Snake will leave you alone. If snake does not leave you alone, Dr. Moribund accepts no legal responsibility for damage occurring to the snake's victim. Death is a natural part of life.
Oh my god.
While this is... While...
Alright. Magnifying glass.
It looks like... The skull. The skull. It looks... Upon close inspection, you decide... You see some short, stiff grey hairs that probably belong to some big, hairy grey rats. The hairs are bristled and clearly animal in origin. They also have the faint...
Who had the hair on them? It was Ernie, right?
VAT 13. Indistinct shapes are floating in the murky liquid. None of the creatures are close enough to the glass. VAT 5. A large, hairy creature with at least one huge claw is
Wow, this, wow, this, wow, this. Yeah, it's because I was just clicking past it all.
Ground sloths are very slow creatures. Since the...
We already heard
Boy,
all that.
the elk...
We can't be, like, spending too much time doing that, otherwise it will just eventually kill her. She, like, gets faint and falls in the vat and drowns. Oh my god, my phone, why?
Yes, that's definite. Yes. The strong smell of the oily liquid reminds you of the snake oil, leading you to speculate that it is in fact snake oil.
Is the bottle even full?
While this is... A full bottle of Dr.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I wasn't able to use it before because it wasn't full. So I don't remember if it said it was just a bottle or if it was a full bottle.
While this is an interesting approach,
you kidding me?
While
Wow this, wow this, wow this, wow this.
while this is this door is locked. This is the door to Yvette Delacroix's office.
Oh my god.
You don't.
Oh, I like how it's already lit for her. Is that something on the ground, or is that just a discoloration?
It's the alcohol. The drain in the floor.
Can I do anything with the drain on the floor?
Feels like. While this is an while this
Wow this, wow this, wow this, wow this.
the drain grate has rust on it. You see an oily
Okay, I'm gonna reload. I want to see if the bottle was full.
a full bottle.
Yeah, so if I keep clicking it on that one thing, it just uses up the snake oil that's in that container. That's not what we want. I don't know what to do at this point. Hi, Bornin.
Achtung! This is not the public part of the museum. This area is verboten to you and all of your kind. Leave now before you force me to shoot you.
Why is he like this?
You already...
Okay. I already asked him. I'm gonna go through everyone with him. Everyone in the museum, at least.
You already...
Why do I keep changing it?
You already...
Steve Dorian.
You already... That irritating little civilian is better off kaput. He reminded me of a small, yappy dog, always trailing after the good Dr. Carrington. His name sounded German, but I think he was the imposter. I never trusted him, and he was probably an art thief anyway.
Joe Bob's Weapons of the World for 1926. These are books on art. While the topics of these books interest you, although the medals are...
Achtung! Mein body is completely verboten to you. Nicht gefingerpoken. Achtung!
I'm just...
The room... Jeepers, Laura, not...
Yeah, he can't touch anything while he's here. Ramses?
You already...
What about Ernie?
You already...
The Ankh Medallion, on your notebook, lantern.
I do not need snake oil. I do not fear snakes. I do not fear anything. The snakes fear me.
God fucking damn it. Snake lasso.
You already...
Wire?
You already...
Skeleton key.
Fräulein Bo, keep your key to yourself. If it is a key to your room, you do not interest me.
Oh my
I know
god.
it does not fit into anything in this museum, and I won't have you sticking it anywhere you please.
Jeez.
You already...
Things. Pocket watch.
You already...
Damn it. I need time to move forward. I need something else to happen.
A gleaming column of fine Italian marble. Sometimes a column is just a column, even when it was designed by a pillar of society such as Arvin Slatherlord Loudermilk III.
Slatherlord Loudermilk.
It feels like...
It feels like broken glass. At your private camp, I won't have you sticking anywhere, please. Everyone is freaking thirsty in this museum. Like, they're all talking about wanting to get with each other. It's like, dear lord.
This is the door.
It's still locked, right?
This door.
What am I supposed to do? Like, nothing's progressing. Am I supposed to find someone and talk to them?
A fine example of neo-quasi-Italian Renaissance.
Can you blame them? Those pixels are looking fine.
Cart before... When you touch the paint...
Yeah, I don't know if any of the paintings are real. You're still hanging out okay there, sir? Thanks. Go this way. God damn it. Wait a minute.
You're in the pterodactyl. Your fingers play gracefully over the contours of the... Don't touch it.
What are the chances I miss something on this body?
Upon close inspection, your careful observation reveals that this is a rented tuxedo bearing the... Close inspection reveals that these rented tuxedo pants have been altered many times. There's a small mustard stain on one leg. You find a large grease stain on the right sleeve. You give it a quick whiff and identify the scent of turkey hors d'oeuvres.
It's gross.
You search the left arm.
I don't think
Though it
there's
hardly
anything
seems
else.
appropriate, you marvel at the intricate...
Because I already took the wire off of it, but I don't know what good the wire is.
You
on.
carefully examine the dangling end of the wire. It's a clean cut, indicating that somebody deliberately sliced through the cable from the catwalk's high...
Okay, so that's how someone got up there.
While this is...
No. I've already been here. This way. That's the Egyptian exhibit. That's the door I still can't get into. Anyone coming around? Probably not. I don't even remember what time it is. Kind of wish there was a clock that you could see what time it was in the game.
An empty chest from the 15th century, or the kind of makes you stop and...
What's the chance? I think I tried using the wire on the door.
While this is...
I'm just clicking on everything to see if anything will work with anything else.
A wedge of the finest Limburger cheese. The ultimate in cheesiness.
I honestly don't know what to do with what. That Limburger ain't the only cheesy thing in this game. There's a lot of cheese in the game. Unfortunately, I'm at a part where I'm not quite sure what to do to progress. The Limburger cheese was on the mousetrap that was in Wolf's office. The wire came from the pterodactyl, and I don't know what to do with the wire. Why does this look broken?
An authentic wood door from an authentic English castle. Although weakened by its extreme age, the door and its locking bolts seem sturdy enough to repel any invaders who might storm the Lion Deck.
Can I actually close this?
While it was fun to lock the door, you think better of it at this time, since it might annoy the museum's staff.
Huh. We might need to lock it later. Does he not have the keys on him at all?
The pants feel dang. The pants are intact, but the smell emanating from them is noticeable. It's as if he took a swim in bathtub gin.
I think, yeah, so I think he was retrieving the dagger, and whoever ended up killing him pushed him in. And then held him under? Wouldn't that mean someone's hands would end up smelling like that? Limburger cheese sounds unappetizing. Remember the last game when the killer was polite enough to clean up the bodies? Yeah, kept dumping them down laundry chutes.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been. And I can't do anything with the snake. You want some Limburger cheese? Wait, wouldn't the Limburger just be able to get a mouse, and couldn't we use a mouse to feed the snake
While
or
this
something? Where the hell would we get a mouse? There was that one rodent, but it looked like a ferret. And I don't know where it's gone to.
While this
There. Can I just use him with this? Ferret is a kind of rat. I don't understand what the deal is with that little ferret. Save. I haven't really done anything. Oh, now it progressed. Now it's 3. Wait a minute. Who has something at 3? Yvette was supposed to meet with Carter at 3 a.m. in her office. Well, Carter's dead, so she can't meet with him. I think that was the only thing I had. I'm waiting to see if the little ferret comes back around. Dear ferret. Fuck. Let's see if Yvette has anything going on in her office. Probably not, but... I mean, she always has stuff going on. Oh no.
Red hairs. A close look seems to indicate that the red hairs belong to a human. Feels like red.
Feels like red hair.
It looks like a piece of fabric torn from Yvette's dress. Possibly in a moment of passion. You don't need it. It's a desk chair.
Is this the blotter?
One of those new portable
Oh no, it's
typewriters.
the typewriter.
At a mere £50, you can take it anywhere.
Does it have blood on it?
The typewriter keys hold fingerprints that probably belong to Yvette. The typewriter... Assorted garbage fills the wastebasket. Pencil shavings, torn typing paper, fingernail clippings, carbon paper, and apple core, and an empty bottle of French champagne.
I think if Yvette died, the museum would be in chaos. Garbage.
It's a waste. It's on the floor, but it's actually... Since the floor is an odd location for a desk lamp, and since other desk items have been disturbed, you conclude that the lamp was knocked down during some sort of physical activity that took place on the desk. Since the floor...
Was it an attack?
It's on the floor.
It's supposed to be an indication that Yvette and Steve ended up having sex, I think.
The backs of the high heels on this expensive woman's shoe are heavily scuffed.
Is there blood on the heels?
The backs... It's a petite...
Petite. Take it. Can we compare this with a print?
You pick it up and place it in your purse. Don't touch it. You don't need to type anything. Don't touch it. It's on the floor. The wood file drawer is locked.
Yvette's the only person who can open it. It's not fresh anymore, right?
A paper cutter with...
Purse is a black... That purse is a black hole. if Dr. Miklos or anyone's over here. We need to figure out where Yvette's body is. It's either Yvette or Steve is dead. If Yvette was fighting with Steve, I don't think Steve would have lost. He works at the docks. Where did this come from?
The subject of this sculpture looks curiously familiar. The sculpture gives off a strong smell of fresh plaster. The sculpture...
Hit it with a bone. The fuck?
It appears to be a pair of bifocal glasses.
That was Ramsey's.
Red hair.
Ramsey's the only one that's been wearing glasses, I think.
There is plaster dust all over Yvette's bare, pale skin. The scarf around Yvette's neck looks suspiciously like the hosiery she was wearing on her legs earlier. Yvette's face doesn't look as good in death as it did in life, perhaps because her makeup is covered with plaster dust. Yvette's hair, formerly full of bounce and shine, is now lifeless and dull. It could use a thorough washing with a good shampoo to get all the plaster dust out of it.
Okay, Yvette. XXX, you're dead. Body was found with glasses and red hair.
Yvette's dress doesn't look as good as it did earlier. Yvette's dress...
She has to have the key on her.
Nice weave in the hardened fabric of the dress. Nice. Definitely red hairs. Probably human. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
It could have been Steve.
There appears to be a fingerprint on one of the lenses of the bifocals, although you have no way to identify it. There appears to be... You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Who would be able to identify the fingerprint? I think we would have to find a fingerprint of someone else. Ugh.
The fabric of the dress feels stiff from the plaster. The scarf clearly isn't a scarf. It's the silk hosiery Yvette was wearing earlier in the evening. Her neck under the scarf shows red friction burns, as if she was strangled. This makes you wonder if she died during a passionate moment or had simply developed the habit of wearing silk hose around her neck.
Contaminate the evidence.
There are a few scratches on Yvette's skin, as if she was in a struggle before she died. Yvette's right hand is plastered. Yvette's right... Don't touch it. Yvette's left hand is...
Where is her key?
Upon close inspection, that's not... No split ends. There is plaster in all of the openings on Yvette's face. Mouth, nostrils, eyes, ears. She has several scratches on her face, as well as cuts on her lips.
I know where the plaster would have come from.
There is plaster in all of the... There is Her plaster... The fab...
Where is she keeping the key?
Don't touch it.
I don't know if I need the key off of her.
Upon close inspection... While this is an interesting... While this is... There appears to be a fingerprint on one of the lenses. The bottom of the glass... The heel is considered high for the 1920s.
She's fine. I'm sure she's okay. Everyone's dying. Just like the first game. did say he was an artist. Aw, man. He was supposed to take us out to dinner. Wait, what the hell? What is this?
A smelly old work. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
Why?
There are a few spots of blood on the The work boot is size 12 triple E.
Triple E?
The blood is red and almost dry. There seems to have been a struggle here.
Done some big feet, yeah. So the triple E is the width of the shoe. I have really wide feet. My feet are double E, and it's really a pain for me to find, like,
On close,
shoes at all. But triple E, dear God.
the door is locked.
If what they say is true, he's compensating for nothing. Oh my God. Triple E, so it's not feet, it's feet. Is Carrington's body still in here, or did we do something?
A peek into the mummy case Now you're just... The mummy case is sealed.
Damn it. So there's no way... Oh, wait. Shit.
This is the mummy.
There we go. It's pixel precise.
It's definitely...
Just show me the footprint.
This is the mummy. It's... There's a pool.
There we go.
While this is an interest...
Fuck off. High heels were not so that's Yvette's. Yvette ended up killing Pippin. Why would she kill Pippin? And he was killed with one of the knockoff daggers. So it's possible that whoever killed him killed him after moving the other dagger? The real dagger? Oh, that could be Miklos still that did it. Oh my God. Just go down. I have so many issues with her transferring between, like, scenes.
An empty chest, kind of...
Where's Steve? I need to go where the plaster would be. Basement. Over here. I love how she's just in this pose. Down. Come on, Laura. Meanwhile...
Countess, why are you tied up on my desk?
The snake is gone.
Your face has certainly changed to an attractive pale color, my dear. You seem a little under the weather. Are you okay? Oh dear, you don't look well at all. O'Reilly! You
What?
want Mr. O'Reilly? Okay, just wait right here and I'll go get him. Hello, Miss Bo. Do you know where Mr. O'Reilly is?
Well, no, not exactly. I assume he's still in the museum.
Where are a bunch of these people?
Well, I'll find him. If you see him first, would you tell him that the Countess is dying on the desk in my office?
The Countess is dying? What's wrong with her?
Well, she's looking rather pale. Her eyes are glazed, and she's not breathing much. I'd guessed she'd been bitten by a snake.
By a snake?
Must you keep repeating everything I say? In any case, I've got to go now.
I've gotta go now. Everyone's dying, but it's fine. This is...
While this is...
Danger Doodle must poop. Your dying thought is, Venom I ever going to learn? Are you freaking kidding me? Oh, shoot. I didn't... I didn't save after Yvette. Damn it.
This is the old master's... It's Yvette? Yvette?
I need to, like,
Yvette?
just click on
Yvette?
everything.
Look. It appears... Red. Definitely. Upon... There appear... You pick... You pick... The scar. The scar. There is plaster in all of the... No... There are a... No... Upon... That's not... Upon... There are a few scratches. There are... No...
Can I break it off even more?
While the... While...
Okay, we need to go and get the boot. Speed it up a little. Let's do this time.
The work boot. A smelly... You pick it...
We know who was wearing the work boots. That was Steve.
The blood is red and almost... There are a few spots... You straight...
Nothing. Honestly, Steve could have done it. He was supposed to be an artist. We'll click through this relatively quick. Oh, it's interesting this isn't sped up with the rest of the game.
Countess? Your... You old... You want...
I have a feeling she was saying O'Reilly killed her. What does O'Reilly have against the Countess?
Hello, Miss Bo. Do you...
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, bye. Must...
She did say... So O'Reilly a while ago said he would threaten to kill Yvette if he found out she was ever sleeping with anyone else. I don't think she's sleeping with the Countess. But the Countess might have been having something with her. And, like... I don't know. Alright, so we're gonna do...
While this...
I think we're gonna have to use... this for a bit.
That's it. I'm out.
No, okay, so she's out of oil now. Wait, is she carrying a snake? Oh my god. Put him in the cage.
Silence alone is great. It is... Oh!
Her face, what is this?
A little bunch of grapes. Chilled. You remember something about grapes being found alongside the victims of Jack the Ripper.
Shit, that was... Who was it? Someone had an annoying habit of eating too many grapes. It was mentioned at the frickin' party. And I don't think I actually wrote that down. I didn't. It wasn't Wolf. It was specifically one of the people there. You got a chocolate croissant? Yum.
They seem to be ordinary You pick it up.
Someone specifically...
Her fingernails are clean and unbroken, showing no signs of violence. Her bloodshot eyes are open and staring into infinity. Her lips have a bluish tint. There are no signs of violence on or around her face or head. You detect a trickle of what could prove to be cobra venom. You deem it wise not to touch it when you remember that it's a neurotoxin that causes progressive paralysis leading to respiratory failure. That biology class was useful after all.
The Countess's face is amazing, yes. You wonder if she's poisoned with arsenic. It's supposed to do Taste of Grace. No. Yeah, no, she was specifically...
Not a... You detect... A cobra fang is embedded in the Countess's swollen ankle. It's the bound and dead body of the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton. I
wonder if we could have heard something.
The intercom has fallen.
If we had been in the right
The
office.
intercom's case has been cracked in its fall. The scent of the smelling salts is overpowering at this close range. You pick it up and...
Smelling salts.
Don't touch it. Don't touch... The skin on her hand is as pale as her face, showing minor signs of lividity in the palms.
Just the face of someone who just remembered they didn't delete their search history for the laptop before giving it to Granny.
The skin on... It's the bound. The It's it's a paper with printed words on it. A scientific paper with the title, Social Habits of the Cherrystone Clam.
What?
You decide not to read beyond the title, Proceedings of the 20th Annual Conference on Domestids. You decide upon close inspection. A scientific report on the topic of archaeological excavations in Ahwahnee, California. A scientific... The first... It's a thank you note addressed to Dr. Olympia Miklos from Laurie O'Shannon, age...
No.
Upon...
I missed it.
A
No. I didn't get to see what
It's
the
a thank you
note
note.
said.
Dr.
Oh, there you
Miklos, thank you for introducing me to the world of bones. Since I met you, I have become a big collector of all kinds of bones. I like bones. As you said, bones are our friends. I even have a human skull I named Charlie. Thank you very much.
It's a really creepy 12-year-old. What happened to the skull? How well did I do? It'll tell us. Rex takes a bite out of crime. The Tyrannosaur?
So far, so good. Keep it up.
That's not good. It means I missed stuff. Run! Go here. Someone's coming after us. That's not how you run. Laura, there's literally a door you can lock there. He came in thinking like a journalist and he left with a skull full of mush. Oh, because you have to run to the dinosaur. God damn it. I needed to have saved in that section. Oh, fucking hell. I have to do this entire thing again. Oh, that's horrible. Why? We'll go back later. I want to check out the plaster first. Wolf's not here.
It's a sack of plaster. It's too high up for you to examine with a magnifying glass, but fortunately there's nothing. Don't touch. The cold storage.
Come on. Let's go deal with it. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm not gonna worry about it. Hurry up, Snaky. Stop making noise. Thank you. Yeah. No, not that. I think I have to... I think I know what I have to do. Hold on. Look, one of his fangs is missing.
The cobra displays one deadly fang.
Oh!
It's a
It's a dead woman's ankle. Let's click all over her again.
the skin. You detect a trickle of...
I need to sneeze. Come on, eye.
A cobra.
Ugh.
A sign. Smelling. The scent. You pick it up. A little bunch of grapes. They seem to be all... You pick... Looks like an... Looks...
Here.
You decide... A sign... There is... A sign... The int... It's a thing... Doc... It's a... The inter... There are no visible signs of evidence on the... There is no sign of blood on the... That's...
Your dad claimed he could boost your TV sound quality by putting plastic wrap over the speakers. He said surround sound is all the rage. You stop it. You stop it. Please let me be able to save. Because I really don't want to go through all that again. I need to lead him into the dinosaur exhibit. The way I was going before, I was going to try and close the door and lock
So far, so...
Unlock it. You can't save it. Laura, are you fucking kidding me? This is not the time to have issues! I hate the clicking on that. I hate this section right now.
While this...
I'm so annoyed that there's no point to save in between this and that.
The cobra...
Oh!
Look. It's the... You detect a cobra. It's the... You pick a little... You pick a
I don't even know if I need to look at the science paper.
You decide. There.
I really feel like you should be able to save in here. I don't know why it never lets you save in here. Like, the fact that there's certain areas in the game where you just can't save, it's the one part about this game that I don't like. Like, I get you're supposed to be able to figure everything out on your own first, and you're not, I guess, trying not to save stuff. I mean, since when has that ever been a thing for a Sierra game?
So fast.
Let's go. Laura. For fuck's sakes. Finally. I'm guessing I have to, like... What is she doing? What? I don't know if she's hiding or not.
Welcome to the... Although I was not the... I lived... Although there were... Welcome to the... Although I... Although there were...
What am I supposed to do here? Like, I keep on thinking you're supposed to go in here and lock the door. Oh no. Yeah, there's nothing to do in here.
This time, it feels like the remaining boat.
I don't know.
While this while this
Welcome. Although I lived... Although there were many...
it feels like
I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I'm actually gonna look it up. Because I have no idea. I don't want to be spoiled on anything. but I also don't want to sit here forever just mindlessly pressing things. It obviously wants me to do something very specific. Dagger of Amon Ra. Rex takes a bite. Am I supposed to do something in this right here? Once the music changes?
Welcome to although
The room feels... The room...
I don't know. Hold on. You need to do everything quickly throughout this act. Head immediately down to the pterodactyl room, close the doors behind you, then tie them shut with a piece of wire. Okay. Then I have a feeling that you come in here. That's how come I couldn't do it before. And then lock this. That's my guess. I don't need to save. Where am I going?
A sturdy chair, probably placed there by Ernie at the request of one. It's the traditional sort of hinged transom that can be opened and closed for ventilation.
Go in there! Why?
The door is...
I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. What am I doing with this?
While it's the tradition. Looks like.
Oh my god, just pick it. Alright. Saving. We'll save it as 21. Did she just hide
The
in the
chest-
chest? No.
The
Can she
room.
Can she hide behind this?
Silent.
No. She's supposed to go over here, very obviously. But I don't know what you're supposed to do with opening that.
While this.
Could she not climb through it?
There's a thick... It's the traditional sort of hinged transom that can...
What? I think I broke the game. Hold on. I literally clicked on it and it just broke it. Well, here, 21, right here. Move the game back a little bit.
The door is locked. When you touch the door... While this... While... You don't want... You don't want to hide in here?
Hide in here.
You hear the sound of someone breaking down a door in the next room.
I mean, couldn't I have just broken down the room? The only one that had weapons, as far as I know, was,
A large crate is... The thick cable is held in place by a large tie-down. You pull and pull at the knot.
It won't come loose.
While this is... While...
Why can't I just use the dagger? Use the artifact to cut something down. Watch it break.
While the... Don't touch it. You pull and pull it. A large crate. Looks. Look. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. The crane feels... It feels...
Well, that didn't work. Oh my god. Oh. Oops.
Don't. Oh, but there are so many places to put your hand. Where shall it be? Where shall it be?
Just stab him with a dagger. Laura doesn't have a violent nature, remember?
While this...
He hits it. Is there anything I can put there that would...
While the... You pull and... While this... While this... You pull and pull it.
I think I need to knock it down. I think I need to lower it somehow.
It looks like someone took their time with the... It looks like someone took their time with these knots. They would The label on the crate says Etruscan lead and iron. That crate must be... The label on that crate... The thick cable is held in place by large tie-downs on either... The cable holding that crate looks... While this is...
There we go. So the wire cutter does work.
A large... Judge...
Can we hide? What? I was trying to hide. I didn't expect this.
Old greasy rags and crumpled news. The elevator walls are scuffed and worn. Many hundreds of bones, artifacts, and dead animals have ridden in this elevator over the years, but it doesn't seem to have been used.
Can I examine any of these at all?
The rags... They're ripped.
Okay. Just like, that is how it feels to be in an elevator.
It's a mummy from the... You pick it up.
What? What did I pick up and put in my purse? A mummy?
It's a mummy from the Ptolemaic period, whose name was... While this... Don't touch... Don't touch... It's a mummified teddy bear. One of his black button eyes appears. Don't touch... There is a cartouche on the teddy bear mummy's wrappings, identifying the cute little creature as Pooh 2.
He's coming.
The lid won't... You... Don't touch... Don't...
Did I just...
The lid won't... Don't touch...
Did I just lock it with
Don't.
a mummy?
It's a mummy from the... It's the elevator door.
I don't feel like that's something that should have been done. I don't know where to go.
Don't touch... Don't touch... Don't... Don't touch... It's the mummy case of Snivel-in-Hotep, the whining one. A ruler in the 15th dynasty, Snivel-in-Hotep drove several slaves to suicide with his constant wheedling. He was mummified with a large onion in his mouth so his car would be silent in the afterlife.
Oh my god. Is there anything I'm supposed to do to the mummy?
While this... There is a cartouche on the teddy bear mummy's wrappings. Don't... There is a... That's not... Upon close that's not... It's the It's the lid to the mummy case.
Wait, I'm sorry. The lid to the mummy...
It's the lid to the mummy case of the pharaoh Mackenzie-tep. The lid... You straighten out. Don't... 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 Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't. That's not upon. That's not
I don't...
upon close. That's. It's the wall of the mummy's. It's the wall.
Have anything to pry it open? That's a good question. Do I have anything to pry it open?
While this. The lid won't. While the...
I'm worried he's almost here.
While this is... That. The lid won't... While the... It's the... It's... This is the... Don't touch it. Don't...
This is
The
the only
lid
one I
won't
can't
open.
do.
The lid...
Can I push it?
Questions are... While... That...
I feel like pushing it would just be a hand icon.
While the lid... Don't touch... Don't... You get... Don't touch... Don't touch...
I'm looking it up. Prop it up. Use your snake catcher on top of the sarcophagus on the left wall. What?
A snake protrudes from the mummy case's headdress. You remember that the snake... The snake shifts just a little, and you hear a click. Don't touch...
What?
You hear ominous chanting as you encounter a strange ceremony. Oh my goodness!
What the hell is going on here? Oh look, it's the insects. Oh, and the ferret.
Excuse me, I was looking for the women's lounge?
Oh,
You're
Ramses.
coming with us, young lady.
I think you're making a mistake.
You've seen too much. We can't let you go.
Not to worry. I won't remember seeing this room, or you, or anything. Really. I've got a terrible memory. Can't even remember my own name half the time.
I'm sorry you found us. Our cult of Amon Ra must remain a secret.
Well,
There is too much at stake here. Too many important people are involved.
Cult of Amon Ra. In the museum basement.
This room is a forgotten part of the original museum. We are safe here, as long as no outsiders are aware of our existence.
Oh, well, my lips are sealed. If you want to dance and sing and have little meetings down here, that's your business.
You cannot be trusted, Miss Bow. You're a newspaper reporter. We could be a featured article on page 1 of tomorrow's newspaper if we let you go.
God.
But people are going to miss me. They'll search the museum.
The police will never find this room or your body.
You don't really plan to kill me, do you?
Of course not.
What a relief.
Kill is such an ugly word. Actually, we're going to sacrifice you to Amon Ra.
Why?
Can we talk about this?
There is nothing to discuss. You should be proud to die in such an honorable fashion. Young Egyptian maidens used to fight for the privilege of being sacrificed to the great Amon Ra.
Now, wait a minute. I thought the ancient Egyptians didn't make human sacrifices.
You're familiar with the history of ancient Egypt, Miss Bow?
Well, I've learned a few things.
Perhaps we could test you.
Oh no.
Do I have any other options?
We can test you or sacrifice you. It's your choice.
I'm liking this idea more and more. What kind of a test is it?
Amon Ra may choose to intervene on your behalf. It is our tradition that we must let you live if you can answer Amon Ra's riddle.
Oh my god, what's it with him and riddles?
Of course, you'll have to answer the riddle with hieroglyphics.
I was afraid it would be something like that. Okay, what's the riddle?
Actually, it's a two-part riddle. What is the room you leave without entering?
What? What is the room you leave without entering? Shit. What would the answer be? I don't know. What is the room you leave without entering? It's just mentioned his diary. What is a room you leave without entering? A womb? It's not really a room, though, is it? You know what? I'm gonna do it. You might be right.
That's correct.
Oh my god.
Now, the second riddle. What is the room you enter without leaving?
Wait a minute. There was that whole thing. I pay homage to thee, ye lords of eternity. Strong, raw, strong as thy sail in the wind as the lake of fire in the underworld. What is the room you enter without leaving? A tomb.
Very impressive. You are the first person who ever answered that riddle correctly. The wise Amon-Ra apparently wants us to spare your life. Will you swear to keep our location a secret?
Of course.
Then you may leave. May the great Amon-Ra guide your footsteps.
You just said mushroom.
Thank you. Now I just have to outrun the person who's been chasing me.
Who is chasing you? Do you think they'll find their way in here?
I'm not sure who it is, but I believe it's the same person who stole the Dagger of Amon-Ra from its display case. And I'm sure they'll find their way in here.
That would be Dr. Miklos, I think.
If that is true, they will not leave this room alive. I suggest you leave through our secret escape route behind the altar. Go now, and remember your promise.
Where's this fucking weird ass, like... Save. 24.
There's a drain set into the floor covered by a grate. When the furnace is cleaned out once in a while, the ashes are often hosed down the drain. The grate covering the drain is firmly bolted in place. Fortunately, there's nothing in the drain you require, and it's far too narrow for a human to enter.
Oh, look whose body is in the coal.
There's an unconscious man in the coal bin. Although the coal has dirtied his face and hair, it looks suspiciously like Steve. While there's an Steve, being the large, unconscious type stevedore he is immovable in his current unconscious state, and he's got coal all over his body.
No, our meal ticket is dead. He doesn't have money.
It's too heavy. You don't have room for it in your purse. It's not yours. You can't do anything with the shovel. You have more important things to do than use the shovel. Besides, the shovel is rusted into place. A large, circular, ornately carved stone is hung on the wall here. It seems to be attached to upper and lower tracks which run for several feet across the wall.
Wait, what?
The stone resists your best efforts to move it. This may be too big a job for one person to handle. There's an unconscious...
I need Steve. Can I get his boot?
Steve being the...
Oh my god.
While this...
Smelling salts.
While Steve...
There.
There's an unconscious... Steve...
That was really weird. Also, why did his animation just stop?
Ow!
Fucking big lummox here. Have your other
While
boot.
this... While... Steve appears to be in great... Silence alone... Silence... It is better... While the... While...
He seems to be in great pain. Would...
It appears to be a tall Caucasian male with smallish pores and good muscle tone. It appears... The shovel blade itself appears quite dirty and somewhat rusty. Don't touch it.
Why can't I touch Steve?
Don't. A heavy metal door.
Do I have to use the smelling salts on him again?
While this...
Fucking God.
While this...
What was that noise?
While this...
Steve, for fuck's sake!
While...
Can't stand the heat, stay out of the furnace.
There's an unconscious...
Can I put the shoe on his foot?
While this...
Fucking God.
Ow!
I have a feeling he pauses because you're supposed to give him the shoe then and there. Yeah.
Oh, my head. What happened? Laura?
Yes, Steve. I was so worried about you. Are you all right?
I think so. I remember hearing somebody coming up behind me, and as I turned around, somebody slugged me. Cripes, my head hurts.
Cripes' head hurts.
They must have dumped you down the coal chute. Let me see where you were hit.
Take off your pants.
I'm alright, I'm alright. Don't touch it.
Don't touch it. Wow.
Honestly, you men can be such crybabies. Do you think you can walk? We have to get out of here. Somebody's been murdering everybody in this museum, and whoever it is after me.
I can make it. I'm with you. Where do we go?
Good question.
Help me open this, you big lummox. Whatever it is. Oh. I wonder what's in here.
This door is locked. This isn't a good shovel to use. Try the other one. It's too heavy.
God.
A shovel, probably... Faded paint on the door says maintenance only. Cool air occasionally blows through the gap between the door and the door frame.
Got it. Alright. Just save right here. Well then, she's gone. She's just gone. You know what would be helpful? The lantern. Oh no.
How strange. Hieroglyphs are carved into the wall. You get the feeling that this is not just another air shaft.
What does it say?
The hieroglyphs are deeply carved. Don't touch it.
Can I use my book on it?
While this is...
I could potentially translate that, but... eh.
You hear the sound of gunfire from the direction of the furnace room.
Sounds like someone's chasing us, Laura.
While this...
Here you go, have some cheese.
The rats devour the cheese in a split second. It only made them hungrier.
You have a gnawing feeling you've made a horrible mistake. Rats. God. Alright, use... I don't even know how there's anything left in the bottle, but I'm not going to complain about it, because it didn't really give me a chance to go and refill it after we used it on the snake. Like, I feel like that was partly intentional for them to do. Can I save here after we've done moving? No.
You hear the sound.
Sounds like someone...
I have to do something with this cheese.
While this is... While this is... While this... While this... The cheese... While this... While this... While this... While... While... While...
I don't know what else to do with
While
the
this...
cheese.
While this... While this... Several grapes are missing. A nice... A wedge of the fine...
Am I supposed to throw the cheese and then just move immediately afterwards, I'm wondering? I like how it's all the snakes that Dr. Miklos had lost. Though I don't know if O'Reilly's the killer or if it's Miklos. All the red hair. O'Reilly's the other person who had red
You
hair,
hear the
but we
sound
keep
of
forgetting about
gunfire
it.
from the direction of the furnace room.
Sounds like someone...
While this is... The rats...
No. Why didn't the snakes eat the rats? I don't know. Fucking hell. Oh, okay. I looked it up just to see because I was sick and tired of doing that. There's an opening on that screen to throw the cheese into. Yeah, throw it in through one of the doorways. I'm so close to the end, I'm all like, I don't want to deal with having to redo it. And the thing that I don't like about this is I can't save in between each section. So if I screw up one part of it, I have to redo the whole thing, and that's kind of annoying. I do want to know why the snakes didn't just eat the rats on their way out. I don't know why I didn't think of just throwing the cheese into one of the doors. I kept thinking of just using it on the rats themselves.
You hear the sound of...
Sounds like someone's chasing...
Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna throw it through the right door first. Because it says you're supposed to throw it through this one. Oh, because it only gets... Wait. I want to know what the difference is between the two doorways. What the hell?
You
What?
watch in relief as the last of the rats scurries away. You faintly hear soft plops like bread dough hitting the floor coming from the doorway.
The
doorway is dark.
Sounds like we want to go this way. No? You gonna follow? Of course he is. The last one did a flip, it did. Ow. It was worth it. It was worth doing it just to see what happened. Alright. I like how Steve just follows suit. He's all like, oh, well, she looks like she fell and not in a graceful way. I guess I'll just go with her. He's such an idiot.
How strange. Well,
Kind of wish you could decipher them, but...
you
it
hear the
probably
sound
tells you which way to go. Here, throw it there. Go first. I'm all just going. That one hits a wall. Then this one
You
flips.
watch in relief as the last of the rats scurries out of sight. You can barely smell an unpleasant odor, like burning hair.
Well, that worked. Let's go this way. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, I think I get it. Make Rex talk when someone's coming through it. I'm guessing. Well, you'll get nowhere with that holier than thou attitude. It didn't give me the chance. Here. See if we could just do it now. Unmask them. Quick. Scooby, do it. But who was it? The coroner's inquest. Instead of the
With a
colonel's
little more
flag.
effort, you'll be the best investigative reporter Tulane ever graduated.
So I probably got really good at it, but
Thank you for coming to this inquest, Miss Bow. As the coroner on this case, I'm going to informally question you and study the evidence you've collected. If you assist me in developing a case, the perpetrators will be tried in the formal court of law.
you knew
We're
there'd be a
primarily
Bobby the
concerned with the
T-Rex
museum
note,
murders, but we're also interested in the theft of the Dagger of Amon Ra and other matters that may have a bearing on this case. My examination of the corpses has been fruitful, but I need more evidence to build a case. Any information you can give us would help, but you must justify your conclusions with the evidence you've acquired. False accusations and unsupported conclusions will not be tolerated.
yeah. Oh no.
Although I don't wish to pressure you, your employer is also here to judge your performance on this investigation.
Wow.
Since this is an informal proceeding, I've allowed it on the basis that your newspaper will cooperate with our wishes. Now, to the questions. Who murdered Dr. Pippin Carter?
Who murdered Dr. Pippin Carter? Pippin Carter was killed with the fake dagger. I think he was killed by Yvette. What's the motive? Oh! mental deficiency. Accident had a bad day. I don't know why she killed him. Hold on. He discovered the dagger in Egypt, felt pressure to keep up with his family. Yvette was supposed to meet him at 3 a.m. in her office. He hates Dr. Tut. But I think it was Yvette. I mean, I almost want to say it was Tut that did it, but I don't think it is. I think it's Yvette. I'm gonna say it's to cover another crime, maybe.
Who murdered Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld?
Alright, I'm gonna put down what I did. Who murdered Pippin Carter? I said Pippin Carter. Yvette. Motive. To cover another crime. I don't even know what the crime is, though. Who murdered Ziggy? Probably Yvette. She didn't want him to ever say, for him to ever mention that they knew each other. Oh, God. Fear?
Who murdered Ernie Leach?
Motive. Fear. Zippers. Wait, who did they ask just now? Who murdered who? Shit. Isaac messed me up. Fuck. Who was it did they say? Does anyone remember? Who am I supposed to be picking right now? Oh, Leach? Okay, who murdered Ernie Leach? I couldn't figure out who murdered Ernie Leach. I figured that he is probably involved with the dagger. Miklos would have needed him, according to my theory, in order to sell the dagger. She wouldn't have killed him. I think it was the Countess. I don't know why, but I think it was the Countess. Why? Oh, fucking hell. I don't fully understand who murdered the Countess. Probably for financial gain to try and get the dagger, and I already have the dagger.
Who murdered Yvette Delacroix?
Who murdered Yvette? I probably think it's Detective O'Reilly. Out of jealousy. Jealousy.
Who murdered Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
Who murdered the Countess? I don't know who would have murdered her, but I have a feeling she was telling us that it was Detective O'Reilly. To cover another crime.
Who is the skeleton found in the steamer trunk?
To cover another crime. Who is the skeleton in the steam trunk? That was Carrington.
A poisonous snake!
Impossible!
Anya the Nerd, hi! Thank you for the raid. How are you? What are you doing? What were you playing? We're at the end and we're trying to figure out... I don't even know who any of them are. I don't know if there's motive, but the Dr. Archibald Carrington.
Who murdered Dr. Archibald Carrington?
Who murdered Dr. Oh, who murdered Carrington, I'm just gonna say. I'm writing it down, that's why I'm thinking a little slower. Who do I think murdered him? Wolfheim, who had the I think Wolf had the office. I think Wolf had the secret passage that went to his office. Let's assume it was Wolf.
Who impersonated Dr. Archibald Carrington?
Oh, I have no idea. Watney Little, who the hell is that? Who impersonated Carrington? Let's just say Watney Little. I don't even know who Watney Little is. It's got to be Watney Little, but I don't know who he is.
Who murdered Watney Little?
Oh, shit. I got it wrong. Because it's who murdered Carrington. I think it was... It was supposed to be the Countess from before who murdered Carrington. I got it wrong. Who murdered Watney Little? That would have been Wolf. Revenge, thrill, jealousy, self-defense. Professional
Who
killer.
actually stole the Dagger of Amon-Ra from the Ancient Egypt exhibit?
I'm gonna stop writing it down. That, I think, is Dr. Olympia Mikos. No, technically who stole it was probably Ernie.
Who was the woman involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery?
I'm sorry, what? What?
Based on our own investigation, your conclusion is incorrect, Miss Bow. Two of the men who were murdered were involved with one of the female victims in a plan to steal the paintings. We have a report on that woman telling us she appeared at an appointment in the medieval armor exhibit sometime after the party.
That's what the Countess was carrying.
She was unaware that her partner in crime was dead at that point, and she was seen carrying paintings. If she'd been confronted at that time with evidence that her partner was dead, she might well have confessed to her crime.
If I had come out
Who is the
hiding.
high priest of the Amon-Ra sun worshippers?
No, we don't know who those are. We told them, just don't worry about it.
That's correct, Miss Bow. You're very observant. Which museum employee runs a fencing operation as a sideline business?
Ernie.
That assumption is correct. Mr. Leach was moonlighting with his own business as a fence installer. In fact, he put up a very nice fence around my house.
What?
Miss Bow, please remember in the future that you're a reporter, not a detective. By interfering at crime scenes, you make it much more difficult for the police to do their jobs.
So we got everything
Not
wrong.
only are your conclusions based on unfounded guesswork, you don't even have any evidence to back them up. By your presence at the murder scenes and your destruction of evidence, I'm tempted to conclude that you were the murderer. You neglected to thoroughly question all the suspects, and you missed important evidence at the crime scenes. Although you discovered the Dagger of Amon-Ra, you have not arrived at conclusions about the theft that make any sense to me. I believe the theft involved two people, one of whom
Miklos
must have been on
and
the
Ernie.
museum staff. Because of you, a murderer is running loose in this city, free to kill again. I hope you're proud of yourself, Miss Bow.
No, I don't think it was Yvette. I think it was Miklos. Laura Bo bungles investigation. Dagger's still missing. No,
Since his skeleton was so nicely cleaned by the domestic beetles, Dr. Carrington's bones will soon be hanging on display in the Leyendecker Museum.
That's gross.
Yvette Delacroix died plastered. Her remarkably lifelike statue now lives on in the Old Masters Gallery of the Leyendecker Museum. Her memory lives on in the minds of all she touched. Her sculpture is attributed to artist unknown. Dr. Pippin Carter, wherever he is quite displeased. You did not recover the dagger of Amon Ra.
Yes, I did.
Nor did you find his murderer. Therefore, Pippin feels it is only fair that he should haunt you for the rest of your life.
Wait a minute. I had the dagger.
Indirectly, as a result of your total failure, Wolf Heimlich was fired from his job as chief of security at the Leyendecker Museum. 1 year later, still out of work, he committed suicide in military fashion by falling on his sword.
I mean, his sword fell on Laura at one point.
Having died in the course of this story, Watney Little's life of crime came to an abrupt end. As he was not a nice man, nobody missed him. After Wolf Heimlich was fired from his job as chief of security, Dr. Olympia Miklos moved to Montana to do full-time field research in paleontology, digging in the rich fossil beds she found there. Her greatest find was the carnivorous Olympiasaurus dinosaur.
Dagger's still missing, but she's so offended she just
As
decided to
fond
leave it
as
in
he
her
was of
purse.
the Leyendecker, Ernie Leach noted in his will that he wanted his body donated to the museum. His body now resides in numerous small jars of alcohol, which will be placed on display in the new Hall of Internal Biology, adjacent to the Hall of Late Mammals.
Ew.
Since the dagger of Amon Ra was not recovered,
I had
Dr.
it!
Patashep Tut Smith was forced to commit suicide with a fake dagger of Amon Ra from the Leyendecker Museum gift shop.
Well, I don't care if he died.
After losing his head in the museum, Ziggy found himself unable to continue his criminal career. His head has been preserved and is now on display in the Life Mask exhibit at the Leyendecker Museum.
Why would they do this? This is kind of gross.
Ramses Najir continued his successful career as an accountant and as head of the secret Egyptian cult of Amon Ra. With his strong high society ties, his accounting business made Ramses a millionaire in 15 years. Having died from a snake bite, the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carleton did not live long enough to inherit any money from her last husband, Sterling. Extremely unimpressed by your total failure as a reporter, Sam Augustini fired you. Later that same year, he was mugged with a gift shop duplicate of the dagger of Amon Ra and died from his wounds. He blames you for his death.
Oh my.
Since you were fired after your total failure at the museum, Crodfuller T. Rhubarb continued the investigation, found the dagger of Amon Ra and the murderer, and won a Pulitzer Prize for his excellent work. Henri Lamour, the coroner, continued his successful career studying dead bodies for the next 50 years, finally retiring in 1976 to tour with a rock band, the Ungrateful Dead. Low Fat continued in the laundry business, eventually opening a chain of low-fat Chinese laundries across the country and becoming a millionaire in the process.
Wow.
Detective Ryan Hanrahan O'Reilly continued in his job and became a full-time homicide detective. Having amassed a small fortune by being frugal, he retired to Ireland 3 years later. Steve Dorian was quite upset by the unfortunate event that happened to you later that night. Stunned by your total failure and the unfortunate event that occurred to you later that evening, John Bowes spent his remaining years in a New Orleans mental institution.
Oh, I think Laura gets murdered.
After you gave it away, the dagger of Amon Ra vanished.
Why did she give it
20
away?
years later, in 1946, it mysteriously appeared on the doorstep of the Cairo Museum in Egypt. There was human blood on the blade, as if it was some kind of a message.
Just snuck into her room to kill her.
You had your chance and you blew it, Laura Bow. This is what happens to interfering reporters.
What? God. You think someone would have heard that? Could you have used something that was a little quieter? I'm gonna restart it. We're gonna pick up where we were, and I'm gonna see if I can redo the investigative questions and think about them a little bit better. Go and press it. So, it was a question of who murdered Pip and Carter. That's the first one.
With a little more effort, you'll...
Thank you for coming to this inquiry. We're primarily although who murdered...
Let's assume it's Dr. Patasheptut Smith. Probably killed him out of revenge.
Who murdered Lawrence Ziggy Ziegfeld?
Who murdered Ziggy? What if Ziggy knew about Carrington? Let's assume Watney Little killed Ziggy. And he did it to cover his other
Who
crime.
murdered Ernie Leach?
Ernie Leach. What did I say before? I said it was the Countess. That doesn't make sense. It sounds like I missed it. I did miss a few events. And it's gonna make it hard for me to figure it out. I think I missed a decent number of events, and especially with the motives. Like, I'm not sure of the motives. I know what the Countess's motive was. The Countess's motive is for financial gain. I don't think the Countess knew that Ernie had the dagger. Who murdered Ernie Leach? Ugh. I'm trying to think. Let's just say it's Dr. Olympia Miklos. It doesn't make any sense because she'd need him, but... It doesn't... No, she wouldn't have killed him. He was our own partner. That a walkthrough, it's not really possible to catch them all. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, you can catch them all on your own, but it would take a lot of replaying and a lot of just really figuring it out. I'm gonna go with the Countess still.
Who murdered Yvette Delacroix?
I think that the person who murdered Yvette Delacroix, so there was a pair of glasses, and there was also red hair. I think it's Detective Riley, and I think he found out about her, like, with other people.
Who murdered Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
Countess Lavinia. Probably by Dr. Miklos, but why would she have, like, done that? What do I have on the Countess? She has connections with Carrington. She thinks the dagger was stolen by Egyptians. She has had dealings with Ziggy. Her dead husband kept changing the will and feared that she only married him for money. She's the one that was selling the paintings. I don't think... I think it was O'Reilly, because she mentioned O'Reilly. Cover another crime? Someone tied her up. What if the detective only tied her up and didn't mean to... No, whoever did it released the snake intentionally.
Who was the skeleton found?
That's Dr. Carrington that was in the
Who
trunk.
murdered Dr. Archibald Carrington?
That was the Countess.
Who impersonated Dr. Archibald Carrington?
Watney Little.
Who murdered Watney Little?
Who murdered Watney Little? Who did I say before? I thought it was like... I thought beforehand it was, Wolf. I'm still gonna go with Wolf because his office has an entrance into that one office. Because if Wolf had found out that he was fake, Wolf is a little excessive.
Who actually stole the Dagger of Amon-Ra from the Ancient Egypt exhibit?
Dr. Olympia Miklos. Who did I say last time? Did I say it was Miklos or I said it was Ernie?
Who was the woman involved in stealing paintings from the...
That would be Countess.
Based on what we now know, your assumption is correct, Miss Bow. Good work. Who was the man involved in stealing paintings from the Old Masters Gallery?
Who else was supposed to meet with Carrington there? Ziggy.
Based on our own investigation, your conclusion is incorrect, Miss Bow. Two of the men who were murdered were involved with one of the female victims in a plan to steal the paintings. We have a report on that woman telling us she appeared at an appointment in the medieval armor
Ziggy
exhibit
was supposed to
sometime
have met
after
with
the
the
party.
Countess with Carrington.
She was unaware that her partner in
unless
crime was
Carrington
dead
was
at that
unless
point,
Watney
and she
was
was
the other
seen
one.
carrying paintings. If she'd been confronted at that time with evidence that her partner was dead, she might well have confessed to her crime. Who is the high priest of the... That's correct, miss. Which museum employee... That assumption is Miss Bow. Please remember, not only are your conclusions based on unfounded guesswork, you neglected to thoroughly question all the suspects. Because of you, a murderer...
Oh my god. So we failed.
Since his skeleton was so nice, Yvette...
So at some point I might play this
Dr.
again.
Pippin
I don't
Carter,
know how
wherever
soon.
he
Probably
is
in a
quite
few weeks.
displeased. You did not recover the Dagger of Amon-Ra, nor
I'm just skipping through them
having
because I think it's the same thing.
after
Yeah, I don't know what the motives were. I have
As-
theories and ideas. Like, I think Dr.
Since
Miklos
the
and
Dagger
Ernie
of-
were involved with the theft of the dagger.
Rams. Having died from a snake bite, the Countess
I
Lavinia
mean, unless the
Waldorf,
Countess was specifically
extremely
involved with the theft of the dagger.
since
It seems like a lot of work to kill
Henri
off Carrington and impersonate him. The Countess was
low
married
fat
to the
continued in the
former
laundry bin. Detective Ryan,
president of the museum.
Steve Dor. After
Just gonna die. She gets shot again. Alright, we're done with this right now.
You had your chance and you blew it, Lorabo. This
There
is
we
what
go.
happens to interfere.
Oh my god. I do want to do a full 100% run through. I'll probably use a walkthrough to double check on things. Because this one's a lot harder than the first game to figure everything out. It might be a little easier to find things now that I know when things happen, sort of. But we'll come back and we'll revisit the Dagger of Amon in